Good evening, everyone. I'm Tassinix. It is another round of 3 vs 3 Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It is Week 3, Round 2. My opponent is Boong, Spice Freighter Navigator of Chewpio Guild. I recall having fought this guy before. Let me check. This guy is familiar to me. I must have fought him recently in 5v5 because he isn't on the recent 3v3. And that is a separate spreadsheet for 5v5. Anyway, as always, I like to take a quick look at some key characters on the guy's roster. So, very fast slacker. Okay, not very fast slacker, 540. It's actually pretty slow as far as speed slackers go, so. Interesting. Ooh! Ooh! That is a fast one. So he's definitely wanting to put that in the back if he's gonna. Why else have him so fast? Okay, so this is the health ray. Yes, he's pretty standard there. A little on the slow side, actually. I mean, this is probably different. This is different after the lock-in. The sound seems like that. I really like this third Zeta. I'm thinking about getting it here sooner than later because the way that you mod, everybody should watch Playbook's video or see his latest, spreadsheet. He has this guide on this Bruiser CLS that holds up very well against most of the things that you would take in to counter this, including JTR. So I think that's pretty impressive. Okay, I'll have a look at you. Yeah, okay, super slow. And we already know the speed of this guy. Yeah, we knew it from looking when we were scouting him earlier. How fast is this Vader? Okay, yeah, no, this is just a very hard-hitting Vader. Crit damage is monstrous. I really need more sets of that. Han Solo, the R8 Han Solo. Really like the choice. 270, that's pretty dang fast. Pretty dang fast. Not faster than me, but pretty dang fast. Rex. How's the speed on Rex? 302. Pretty regular there. Anybody else that I'm missing that I feel like I should be looking at? BSF wouldn't hurt me to take a look at. Where's she that? I must have missed her. Is she just much lower relic? Has he got her down at 5? Okay, he's got her down at 5. And not too terribly fast either. Okay. Yeah, he's not planning on using this against Slacker. Interesting. I guess you really wouldn't here in 3v3, so I guess it doesn't matter. I guess there's nothing else I need to look at here in his roster, but he is 8 million. And yes, by the way, if you weren't here for the last stream, we did end up getting our first loss this season. Very sad times. But the video is up on YouTube. Please go ahead and take a look at it. There were some good lessons for me there, so it's good stuff. All right, let's take a look at my defenses. So my opponent has already full cleared. So we'll take a look here first from bottom. So he had 1 drop here on Bam, Han, Chewie. This team is straight up ridiculous. When you see it in motion, you think that you have the leadership from Bam going, and then you have all the turn meter gain that comes from these two, and then the speed and the assists, which generate more turn meter for the whole team. It's pretty easy for this to get up to 20 birds on Bam, even in 3v3. That's why I put it down. I'm glad it worked. Didn't get any other holds here, though. So nothing with GG, nothing with CLS. And in fact, for the rest of the squads, we'll see that he one-shot everything. So nothing too interesting there. I think I screwed up the deployment of the order in which I wanted to put things. I think I wanted to have gas up front, but I wasn't paying attention, and that's on me. So maybe I could have had even more margin of error here, but we'll see. So this, again, nothing held here. And I tried this here, Fin Nest, because you can't troopers this. You just can't. So, you know, and what are you going to do? Qira, Han, Chewie that? I don't think so. You'd have to do something else. So I guess I made that like Traya bait, and he went through the rest of these pretty readily. So good on him. Good on him. No drops. And then on Fleet, he had no drops. And this is kind of what I've been running here standard for a bit. And it often gets me holds. Sometimes it doesn't. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's think about that a second. Interesting. I have an idea for next time. I want to put in Asajj instead of 5s. Because if you don't have enough debuffs such that the AI would call out Plo Koon anyway, and if it's going to call out something that the game thinks is a tank, let it be a real tank. Let it not be 5s. Because look at that. That fleet dropped like a stone that way. And I took out Asajj this time because I didn't want to become reliant on it. But the more I think about it now, that means that the board was pretty much ideal for this fleet, for my fleet, that my negotiator here. And so the AI called out 5s, and 5s is nice. He's a nice to have, but I don't find him to be a momentum swinger one way or the other. And Asajj, say what you will about him in terms of his overall effectiveness as a character, you literally can't ignore him. And you can't dispel his taunt. You have to straight up punch through the guy every time. 5s could, 5s clearly didn't really make that big of a splash. He probably did a basic first, which is pretty common for the AI. I don't know. I'm not impressed. Oh yeah, for sure, Dagger. The score, that's what I was getting to, is overall 26-26 is not actually all that high of a score. So that means that this defense actually did very well. We stripped a lot of banners. He had one, so think about that. If he didn't have that one drop, that means it would have been a 26-46. That's still a decent amount of banners dropped just from plowing through. Anyway, let's start taking a look at his defense, and we'll work our way to bottom, which is where the journey really begins. So he's got Finn Poe, which will just troopers that down. You've got Nute, Sunfac, Jango. You've got GG, B1, B2, and then Dooku, Magna, Droideka. So it's all right. It's all right. Okay, so here's the thing. For this bottom wall, we got DRBSF Malak, you got Ray Armor Holdo. I don't know how the AI is going to put out that first tech, but here's what I'm thinking. I want to use C and Armor against that and save Watt possibly for use with Vader. I mean, there's a bunch of different applications, but what I'm really worried about, what I think I want to do is I want to take JML and some Jedi here against this DR team. And the reason I say that is, I actually put Ray on defense this time, and you saw it didn't get a hold, and I wanted to test how that did because he also put down Ray, so I wanted to see if I could punish that. Clearly not. So I might go back just to having Ray as a offensive option, and then I'm going to have to dwell on another good defensive team to fill in. Anyway, though, I think that C Armor is better here as opposed to C Watt because, first of all, we know we're not going to have a whirl go off before we have the chance to at least put a 2-stack out there. And that's exactly what we're going to do. The 100% counter chance is nice, but I mean that's what we have chains for. Chains gives us retribution. That's just as good. And also, we don't have to rely on getting a second turn. I too have an R5 armor. I'm still not impressed as far as how well she holds up. This is actually pretty slow armor too. I made mine like 310 plus, somewhere in there. And then of course you have CLS, Chewpio, C3PO. All right, so that's probably food getting here. So woo. All right. As far as the attack plan here, yeah, definitely stole a bunch of banners, Absolution, and you know, welcome to you as well. Intermittent guest appearance from the wife there. So about this DR thing though, I really want to do JML, because why have a JML that fast? And why should I risk him having a JML that fast on the back wall if I'm already going to use C? The only thing that's going to take care of that cleanly if C's already used here for Rey is going to be Slacker. So I may as well try to go after this Jedi team, or this DR team with Jedi. That's really what I think I have to do. Yeah, we'll put Slacker there on the back burner of ideas there. So it's going to be JML and who? That's the idea. JML and who? So who do we traditionally use? We would use Hoda. That's a solid call. There's no point in bringing Snips, because if we dispel a taunt off him with a basic and the basic crits, she gets fear and then he gets taunt. So no value there as far as I can tell. Is it really just maybe the two of them? I guess, you know, we really should have a third, because it'd be nice to have the damage. We want more coin passing opportunities. I guess Ezra. Oh, thank you. Food is indeed here. I told my wife to surprise me, so I have no idea what's in the carry-out container. We will find out later. So yeah, the Absolution, I don't know if you were here a few minutes ago, but yeah, I mean, in general, the defenses stripped banners, but he also had just one drop. So if he didn't have the drop, he'd be at a 2643, which is still pretty beatable. All right, so it's JML, Hoda, and I guess it was Ezra I was thinking of taking here. Let's think about what happens. So, is there a superior choice? We're gonna get the fear. There's nothing we can do after that in terms of debuffs. Deathmark won't be a factor. Ezra's decent, but not fast. I mean, we could use Grandmaster Yoda there for somebody faster. We could use Bastila here for somebody faster. Bastila might be better, because we could at least put speed up onto JML as like maybe a second move after we've already had Insanity go out. But would Insanity dispel JML? I don't know. I am worried about these guys getting popped unexpectedly. Gotta think through this. Alright, Ezra hits really hard, and he has the benefit of being able to call Hoda outside of anything else. So that's a good benefit. So I think I'm going to note that down and say that that's what we're doing. JML, Hoda. Yeah, I don't have my own Rey to use Hoda with, which would otherwise be my general usage. And Ezra. Okay. so we're going to start off here with this one. This one's probably going to be a little on the harder side. For this wall, anyway. The rest of the battle is going to be really, really simple. Okay. Let's call him. How about you never get the insanity? I like that well enough. Right, he can't be called to assist. That's what I'm just sitting here thinking, like, why didn't that work the way I wanted it to? Okay, yeah, that's not good. So, good. Alright, that worked, according to plan. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. No, you can't call assist. Why do I keep doing that? Okay, this is bad news. So I have to just... We've got the shock. That's real bad. Oh god, that was a big hit. That was beautiful. I think because of shock, you can't call, but this wouldn't matter in the case of Malak. Okay, so we lose one Jedi. That's a bummer. Hey, Deadpool, Kyle, how you doing? Seeing how many guys I can lose to Malak here before the end. Don't mind me. Okay, 49. Not the ideal, but it's going to be the hardest, and we're banking on having a hidden JML in the back. That's why I would set that defense the way he did it. But that being said, wasn't a great clear. Fortunately, again, we have some margin, so we're definitely rewarded by being careful. So what did you guys think about the Mandalorian idea here? Just going C armor instead of C Watt. And that's because he's got Rey, Holdo, and armor himself. And that's not enough offense. There's nothing happening there to force their Rey to do a whirlwind before I get to take a turn. So I'm thinking that's a safe way to do this. We still get to have Watt for use with Vader later. I think it's a better way to go. What do you guys think? Carjul, yeah, very happy to do this. I had the benefit of a lot of really good players teach me a lot of things, so if you come to this and you pick up something, then awesome. Glad to help. But I'm thinking this is good. Alright, so I'm going to risk it. Did we note the win there on the sheet? We noted the banners, not the time. Alright, so we're going to link. It doesn't terribly matter so long as one of them is Rey, because she's by far the fastest. You're going to be probably the next fastest. I probably should have checked Holdo's speed, but it would surprise me. Okay, so you wanted to do the mass assist. She is going to do what? She's going to get another turn. I like the idea of trying to go for the gold. Should I get greedy? I feel like I shouldn't, because I'd really hate to be screwed just because I got greedy here at the end. So let's just take the money and run in terms of the protection. Alright. Keep this going, and boom, that was absolutely the right call. We would have lost the game right there. Alright, so we're still just gonna basic onto her, keep chipping at all that protection, which is just outstanding. You get nothing. We have to keep linking these two because I don't want to have her do a crit, which I think is what's required for her to land a... Dang. I really did want to keep Rey like that, but it is going to be better to be able to just auto-delete these two. Okay, okay. We're already at full protection, so there's no need to wait. We are going to So here's the other neat thing about having these two linked. Even though they're immune from taking damage, this simply does a huge amount of damage and instantly just straight up kills people who are linked. It wouldn't do it to Rey, but by having them done, we can just go like so. So she does her big hit, and now it's basically on auto. You'll note that the armor's AI did not give armor to Rey. So this is pretty hilarious, right? $51 will do. Alright, now we know for sure that that works. Got it in the sheet. If you're new to the stream, check out, I think I have it in my info, but there's my Discord you can join. There's also my YouTube you can follow to catch previous streams. I'm working on kind of going back and trying to add chapters so you can see where the specific battles are, but honestly, I've cleaned up my format and how I proceed through each stream, and I think I've already gone back as far as I care to, because the stream wasn't as consistent back then, which is only honestly like 2 weeks ago. It's not that great. Okay, so for this CLS, we already know what we're doing. It's resistance. You know, it's the droids and your girl. This is a good martini. Okay, so it is about locking this gentleman down. And then we do a smoke, it's a dodge, and yes, this will dispel all his garbage. We should go probably for the fire here because it's great to do that while under stealth. Nobody can do anything about it. Keep after Chewpio. Hey, got the stun for free. You can't beat that with a stick. Since he's already stunned and ability blocked, we're just going to go ahead and swipe him. Alright, we didn't get quite as lucky in terms of the... Oh, check that out. That's not good. Alright, so we got C-3PO starting to give us issues, which is why we're also still able to do this while under stealth. Let's keep that fire going. Definitely this, because CLS already has days. That was the right move. We're getting closer and closer to what we're wanting with Illuminated Destiny going off. It's coming up. We should basic here. Alright, we didn't get the stun. Alright, that was nice. Got the TMR, got the ability block. Call him again, dispel all his garbage. Okay, we'll take a 53. Nothing wrong with that. 53. Alright, let's see what our prudence has bought us. What manner of garbage do you have lurking back here? Okay, so you didn't use JML, but we are obviously over-prepared for that scenario now. Okay. Interesting stuff. Alright, let's write it down and see how it affects the top front wall and the plan that I have for that. So we got Qira, Nest, L3. So I mean that just screams Traya to me, so we're just going to do Traya, Sion, Nihilus. Then you've got gas. 5s and Rex. So here's the question. Do we just do solo Slacker on that? Or do we do Slacker with, you know, other First Order? I wonder. And then we have Bastila, Open, and Ezra. I respect the Ezra. I have to think about that. I'd have to look and see what we have left over unaccounted for. And then for last is Asajj, Zombie, and Daka. Asajj, Zombie, Daka. Okay. Alright. Again, using my sheets. Look for Asajj. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Nothing too recent in that vein with the Asajj lead. You would think troopers for that. But we do have our... No, let's think about this. Yeah, we do have it all pretty much committed. And what's her speed? That's really the key to the kingdom here. So 233 plus 45. Let's do that. 233 plus 45 plus 30 is 308. So you figure that how fast is that fin? That's the question. I might try and do something by splitting up the troopers and running 2 trooper teams. But it depends on how ridiculous. Okay, 317. Definitely not a threat to my Moff Gideon's speed. It's like 367 or something, so super beyond all that. 291, okay? And not that he's a real threat condition, I just wanted to know what his speed was. So that means that we could safely do... Because Veers is more sorely needed against Asajj, right? Then when we can just use Moff Gideon. So we could use Dark Troopers here. The Dark Trooper. I don't have the Zeta on the Dark Trooper yet, but my theory is if you're using him where it's appropriate to use him, that doesn't matter. Let me think about this. Allergy season. It's good. It's good. It's real good. It's real. It's good. Okay. So originally I was planning to do Veers, Gideon, and range. So I could do Gideon range dark. Well, let's think about this. What about the idea of it would be Veers, Stark, and range, I think. And then we could... Do we want to do it that way? Because we could also put dark in there, right? We could put dark in there. Let's think about that for a second. That means we could have Gideon, Stark, range for Fin Poe. What do you guys think about that? You know what I think? I think it's probably better to have Veers, Stark, and range together because we have a dispel from Stark. Maybe it should be Veers, Stark, and Death, just to make sure. Because then we got 2 sources of dispel. I like that idea. Veers, Stark, and Death, and then we could have Gideon, Piett. We could use Piett with Vader, though. But we don't need him. We could use... Yeah, because we have Thrawn, Vader, Watt at our disposal. So we could do Gideon, Piett, and then range. That would be pretty busted. I like that. And it's less gambly than dark. Again, you know, just trying to think about saving banners. I mean, dark. I have an R7 Dark Trooper. He would be awesome to use here. But, Okay, so I think we solved that puzzle. About the Bastila, this one I should check some resources. I don't really encounter a Bastila lead like that, and I just need to think about what might be more efficient than anything else. Yeah, this could be our Vader usage. This could be our Vader. So we could do, like... So here's the problem with the Vader thing, though, is we would have to punch through the primary target's protection before we could debuff them. That's the issue. They have 150% tenacity while they have this bonus protection. So you're not going to be able to land the crushes that you want to do. That makes me think. All right, let me dwell on that for a little bit. I know that for sure we can take out this one top team, a couple of these top teams pretty easily. So let's go for GG. GG B1, B2, we've been having very solid numbers all season with Mon Mothma, Cassian, K2. It's very luxurious, I think, to have a Relic Cassian in K2. I'm also thinking about putting the Zeta on him because, as you will see, I expect to finish with a 53 unless something goes a little hairy. And I say that because both Cassian and Mon Mothma should finish at full protection, and K2SO is getting hit the whole time. But he's still going to be gaining enough protection to finish not with full protection, but with some. With his Zeta, he gains 1%. Sorry, that's not... Well, okay, you don't get to see it here from this view because he doesn't have it, but the Zeta says that he gets 1% protection each time he takes damage. So every time he's getting hit throughout the fight, which is going to be a lot because everything's hitting him because he has a taunt, like super majority of the time. You'd be stacking protection all the time, and we're mostly using her basic here, and that's 6% health and protection. So as you're stacking max protection, she's healing max protection. So that just scales with her basics so well.
Ew.
Hey, who's that? Just jumping in. I'm not looking at Discord right now.
Totally Billy.
Oh, hey Phil. I'm in stream right now. Are you seeing me on Twitch? If you're not, open up a tab.
I gotta do shit. Fine.
Also, I appreciate if you keep the swearing to a minimum, because I post this to YouTube later.
So is this a Twitch stream? Because I clicked
just
your
go
YouTube channel.
twitch.tv/Tacitix. All right, so that's my friend Phil who just joined in on Discord. You too can join in on Discord. See the info there in the stream info. And if you want to get access to my Google Sheets for 3v3 and 5 vs 5 Grand Arena, you can see the links in the text channels on my Discord. All right, we're going to get this battle underway. Let me know when you can see, Phil.
I'm watching.
All right, good.
Oh, you even wear a jester hat.
Dude, yeah. You know, why would I disappoint? This is the Shaco hat, dude. This is a legit Shaco hat from Lee.
I'm just wondering if I could dig up the picture of you drunk wearing a jester's costume with the fucking oh shoot, no cussing, sorry.
Yeah, less cussing. I appreciate it.
With a slice of pizza just on your chest as you fell asleep.
Yeah, no, I was already passed out in the photo. That's for sure.
That's the original Derek in a jester's outfit deal.
It's true. And these people just know me as Tacitix.
Oops.
No, I'm not raging. I'm not mad. You're mad. No, I'm just focused here on what I'm doing. Trying not to botch this. I mean, if this tank guy dies, it's not a big deal because I can resurrect him. What's important is that there's enough time to get everybody with full protection.
I bought Outriders. George is here in town, so you want to play Outriders? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Right on.
It was kind of either that or go to the strip club. So, although Outriders to me is a questionable purchase, it still was probably the better investment of the two.
So if you want to like play some ARAMs later, I'd be down.
I'd be up for it. George wanted to start a new character and play Outriders, so I'm gonna do that first.
Yeah, I haven't looked at that game at all. But anyway, people, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Cardjewel, make sure to check out my YouTube and subscribe, and you can see this stream when I post it tomorrow if you're looking for more reference material. But anyway, it's exactly what I was talking about. He's at low, our target's at low health, everybody's at full protection, full life, except for our tank. Tank's at full life, just not full protection, and I really just don't think we'll have enough time to... Yeah, okay, so we should probably just basic. I don't want to do anything crazy here. Yeah, we might actually not even get all the protection back. It's tough. Yeah, 51's alright. Wish it was a 53. This is why I want to put like an...
Derek, if I find that picture of you when you're like passed out of sleep with a Jester's hat,
yes,
we make that your picture for when like you're not streaming and like the channel's off. Task the next away right now.
If you dig it up and you send it to me, honestly, I could dig it up from my own Facebook because I know I'm tagged in it. But like, yeah, I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
I can't find it. It's pretty ancient.
You just lack imagination. Yeah, it was a long time ago now. Alright, so we got 51 banners for that. Let's mark the W. This is why I want another 20 to 30 speed, though, on Mon Mothma, because we could have had just another couple of basics, and I think that would have made the difference. Alright, so Finn, Resistance Hero Foe, Resistance Hero Finn, and Resistance Hero Poe. It's a good martini, guys, it really is. I'm feeling like Gideon Piett range should work. Because otherwise you would use Veers, Gideon, and range. So we're losing the Veers, which is the big burst, and then if you get the kill, it's just more TM all around. But we have so much more offense from Piett. We know we're not going to use Piett with Vader here. So I feel like this still works. Let's go with it. The question is, do we want to go adventurous and take in dark? I don't think we do. No, because that just lowers our chances of finishing as a 54. So let's do this. I want to take this forward and give this a shot. I haven't really seen this tried, but it makes sense why it should work, right? Cardjewel, appreciate the subscription. You're coming in real early. I have you are now my second subscription. Really appreciate you joining the club. Again, let me check the Discord. Did you already join? Because if you didn't, you should. Yeah, well, you should.
So is this a mobile game you're playing?
Yeah, this is a phone game, and I just play it from an emulator on my computer, obviously. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put the armor shred on him just to make sure that he dies all the quicker. Put this over onto range trooper. Buff up here. It's kind of excessive, but we'll live. Very nice. The protection held up. Let's go ahead and see if we can apply any dazes for stall turn meter basic here. We don't need to dispel anything. What we do need is to get protection back, and we need to make sure that this guy doesn't really take any turns. Come on. That's bum. Alright, thankfully we have Piett here to dispel that, and then we can continue to go after this guy. Make sure we kill him. Do we want to try and... I want to try and execute this guy with this and be greedy. There we go. Do that. We really want to get another turn with Range Trooper to restore protection. Let's go ahead and stop all his turn meter up. Let's basic here. I don't want to armor shred because that could kill him too quickly. Yep, we might have actually killed him there. So we get one more chance to use his protection and finish with a 54. Perfect score. That was slick. I like that. I'm going to definitely make sure I remember that. That was good. Alright, so... against this Nute, Sunfac, and Jango, I was thinking to use JKR, Jolee, GMY. But the question is, I reserved Malak to do a solo with Malak. So is there somewhere that I can necessarily do that? We could definitely do that against this Qira thing, right? Can we do that against this Jedi thing? Why couldn't it work? There's a lot of protection there. That's the biggest reason, right? So we would have to rely on Ezra doing enough damage to us to proc the drain on Malak 3 times so that we would have all that added offense. Do I want to risk that? Well, where else would I use Sith Triumvirate, though? That's the thing. Wouldn't be able to debuff it. We could use the Triumvirate there. Let's make a note of that as an alternative. So we could use Traya, Sion, and Nihilus for that. Okay, let's think about it. We still have Slacker, so it seems pretty clear that using my last Galactic Legend makes sense to use against gas. Again, looking for any interesting opinions here from the stream. I don't know if you guys think that Slacker could do this alone against an R8. You know what, the more I think about it, this guy actually has a lot going on. The 100,000 protection, alright, he's not that fast, that's great. Decent amount of damage, not 10,000 damage, but again, he compensates for that. Like, gosh, he compensates for that by having a crit damage set instead of an offensive set. So there's his crit damage, 222. So let's think about this. If you do a critical hit with 8,720 damage, as he has right here, and you multiply that by 2.22, right? That's what it was. It was 222% crit damage. That's what he has, yeah. That comes out to a hit of, let's say, just an offense there on a hit, 19,358 damage. All right, so if we divide this number by, let me see if it works the way I expect it to. Yeah, if we divide this number by what your critical damage would be if you had an offense set on with only a crit damage triangle, you would need to have 10,082.5 damage to make a hit of the same impact. So that's what crit damage does. I mean, this guy is making... So what I'm saying here is that a 10,000 damage offense set is equivalent to an 8720 crit damage set here. Assuming that you crit. And you're using a General Skywalker with... I guess that's the other relevant number. How much crit chance? 67%. It's respectable. It's kind of super scary when it gets up like 70, 75%. But like 67% is better than 2/3 chance that he's going to crit on anything that he does. So having a crit damage set's pretty good. And he took the potency sets here to make sure that his debuffs land. So it's, and what was his potency? 88%. I mean, it could be a little higher if you're going to go for all that, but I guess, whatever. Alright, so let's consult the sheet once more. I don't want to do Slacker solo. That's what I have decided. So let's actually take a look and plan this out. Who do I have left to me? I have Faust and I have Officer. and I'm cool with that. That should work. Yes. Yes, I'm cool with that. So that's SLKR, Faust, and Fu. So let me think about this. There's nothing that's going to restore protection to us. So whatever protection damage we take is what we take. Let me see. I'm actually... I don't typically fight too many gases. Let me check a couple resources first to make sure that I can't slack or solo this. Because if there's a reason why I can, and I'm just being overly cautious, I'd rather go for the banners. Geez, Swugga.gg's got gas buried on here. I guess people aren't putting him down as much? Or did I miss him because I'm enjoying this adult beverage? He's got to be on the first page. He can't be like page 4, right? That doesn't seem probable, right, guys? Where in God's name is he? He's legit not on page 1. Legit not on page 2, okay. So I'm not as bad off as I thought I might have been. That's good. Good Lord. Okay, well, not checking Swugga counters. Let's check Zareth's sheet. It's irritating. I really want to see something around gas. Am I seriously 4 pages deep and I haven't found anything on gas counters? This can't be right. I'm already at the point where it's like, we're talking about like Jedi Consular Lead 4 pages deep. I must just be blind. I have to be blind. That's the only thing that makes sense. I'll be damned. He's just not there. And there's no search function, right? Yeah. Let's think about this. Oh man, the thing was on last 3v3 season. Oh my god. I hate the browser sometimes. We'll get there. Page 2. Okay, yeah, see I was looking at last season. Appreciate you, Absolution. Page 2 you said, right? We're looking at season 16, right? What in God's name? What does man have to do to find information on gas? He's not a page 1. There he is, page 2. I'm blind. You're awesome. I'm blind. You're awesome. Okay, people just use C against this, other gas. So C can do this because he forces him to keep sitting down. You still end up getting the armor shred. But we would get the armor shred anyway, right? We're not worried about getting Rexilated. So we should be able to just solo this. I feel like I want to take the gamble. What do you guys think? You think that's crazy? Solo versus that comp. Sasha. Okay, 90% success as a solo. I wonder where's the data from? I'm probably gonna hit the button here regardless, but like I'm curious where you got that, because that's probably somewhere I should be checking, because it's not showing up on swugga.gg. So, all right, then we're just gonna do that. We're just gonna do it that way. I probably should make a note about what I'm doing in the sheet after the battle, but I don't feel like it matters. Let's go ahead and do a stab, because we're going to do a sweep next. And that was a really great call. Okay. Five's got to die. Why was I even remotely worried? We're just going to basic him down so that we have the stun free. Yeah, see, it didn't actually make a difference. Alright, so we don't get to finish with protection, but we do get to finish. Yeah. If you somehow kill me, I am going to be so mad. Alright, 54. That was a good call. Every time he's hitting you, when you have no protection, you're losing max health. And so every time he's just bonking me, I'm like, if you beat me into oblivion, I will be so mad. Okay. So the slacker thing worked. We have JKR, Jolee, GMY that now we can use for Bastila, Old Ben, Ezra. It's not as much damage as I guess I'd like, because I don't have an offense modded Grandmaster Yoda. Who do I have in terms of flavor? So we haven't assigned in our offense here. So we have Malak or Triumvirate. Okay. So we could actually use, let's think about this here. Let's think about this carefully. The puzzle to solve right now is where to use Vader to greatest effect. I would say that we could move JKR, Jolee, GMY to fighting Dooku, Magna, Droideka. I can use... I want to use Traya, Sion, Nihilus on the Qira Nest L3. Where's Vader gonna go? Well, but then we don't have a place to use Malak, and I really do want to use Malak, so no. We're going to use Malak here against Nute, Sunfac, and Jango. That's what I want to do for that one. We could use Triumvirate for that. Nest. Yeah, we could. That's relying on the whole max protection or max health thing being reduced. So if I were to use JKR, Jolee, GMY against the Qira Nest L3, I'd have to be, direct focusing Nest the whole time to reduce her max health, so I could just knock her out when it's convenient. Appreciate you, Sasha. Just saw your note just now, but yeah, my potato speed self managed to find it. Gotta eat the olives from the Martina. It's very important. Funky. Alright. We still haven't assigned Vader, though, and we have Watt. Really potent resources. So we still have Asajj, Daka Zombie. I mean, right there, we could do it. We could do something like... Not worried about stuff sticking. We could do... Veer's Stark Death is a nice team to use against Asajj. But without range trooper, less assured of having super high banners as, say, Thrawn, Vader, what? That was, what was that back line idea? That was Veers. Damn. It was Veers Stark Death. It wasn't a bad idea. But it was Thrawn, Vader, and Watt that I think I could use there. Why couldn't we use that, though, against this Bastila, Olben, and Ezra? Because we're worried about the amount of damage that we'd have to do before we could actually land any debuffs and start executing people. So that's a reasonable concern, but that means we could do, like, Vader lead. Couldn't we do, like, Vader lead, Shore Trooper, and Watt to wait them out, and then use Veer's Stark Death still at bottom against Asajj? Thrawn, Vader, one. What do you guys think of that? Against Asajj, Daka, Zombie, Veer's Stark Death, and against Bastila, Olben, and Ezra. Particularly against that one. Vader, Shore, and Vader, Shore, and Watt. I think that is the way. No review from Vader with weapon tech. Check Nest Tenacity. Well, Check Nest Tenacity's no concern since we're talking about using Sith Triumvirate against that, so no worries. Actually, let's just go ahead and use it because I'm so certain that I'm using that there that I'm not even worried about it. Well, that's a nice looking burger. Okay. Do the sweep. Not exactly ideal, but we'll be okay. I'm just gonna basic onto her. No need to allow her to have lifesteal. We're gonna try and kill her the old-fashioned way. Oh god. He just hit Nihilus so hard. Please don't do any more moves. Stop hitting my people. Oh my god, again with the stop hitting my people, please. Alright. Jeez. Alright, Sasha, I see you. Vader, Shore, Watt versus Night Sisters. I feel it. I'm increasingly going that way myself on this one. Let's see if we can't land that daze. That's good. That's more time our way. Now we finish with the full protection, which we were hoping for. $52 it is. 52 is a good number. I'm alright with it. $52, $53, $54 makes me happy. And that actually brings us to probably the most fun I should have tonight, unless I get unbelievably surprised here by a rocket to the face from Jango. But this should be 56. And I reserved him for just such an occasion. Ole! Holy moly. We just took the rocket to the face and it was nothing to us. Nothing to us. This was definitely the right call for this team. I'm not worried about them going faster, am I? But then again, them hitting harder just means that I get my other stacks of my thing quicker. Dark Ascension, I think it's called. I do want to go ahead and dispel that so I can hit who I want to hit when I want to hit them. So that works for me. Let's keep that going. Rain. Oh. And this is, of course, the full bold tenacity Malak. Now, why did I go and do something like that and use the dispel there instead of... We'll see, we're about to get fear and then the taunt will drop. So, all's well that ends well. I'm going to basic here. I'm actually going to use second here so that I can still kind of have an open path to Nute for the second drain. And that's the end of his hogwash. Alright, let's give some love here to Jango. And again, we're going to save that dispel here, just for that taunt, like so. Death 1. Dispel. And that tenacity set pays dividends. Let's go ahead and do the next sap on him, and then we can kind of just mash him into oblivion. Oh, perfect. Next time he hits me. And that's it. 56. Perfection. Makes me feel good about when you get 52s elsewhere and you get a 56 somewhere. Okay. So we should only have one team left. Yep. Dooku, Magna, Droidica, and we're going to do JKR, Jolee, GMY against that. And we'll take a look at ships and then finish up in that back territory. I think that's what we'll end up doing here, guys. I appreciate your patience here for a second. Dinner arrived and it's a nice pub burger, and it's a nice good greasy pub burger, so I do want to bite into it here before the bun turns to complete mush. Even if the rest of that bun turns to mush, that was worth it. Alright, what are we fighting here? Alright, this is the Dooku team. Vader rides the bench. Did we otherwise have him unassigned? It feels weird, right? No, we have him assigned for the back row against this Jedi team, right? We were talking Vader, Shore, Watt. Because we have to just be taking enough turns with Vader, which we will get from the weapon tech, to just be able to continuously beat down. But do we want to do it that way, guys? I don't know. I'd hate to be timed out by that. That would be pretty shameful. You know what I'm not thinking of? Guys, the solution is obvious. And I guess we're not using Vader here. So let me overwrite on my sheet that I'm not using Vader there. The solution is obvious. This is a Bossk, Greef, Mando situation. Oh no, tank has taunt. Let me just go past that with Greef. Oh no, other people have stuff going on. I feel like we can work with this. So what's the risk? We have the immediate taunt from the Bastila lead. Old Ben's going to try and do the mind trick first. So that means we should have more time to land hits on whoever the lowest health is. Should be Ezra. Okay. And this was still Dooku, right? Man, I gotta stop looking back and forth between the sheep and this game. Alright. Let's go get him. Do we even need the Jolee? We could take in... We do need the Jolee, just in case we get unlucky with somebody getting super popped. What we will also need is time. Greatest threat on deck is the Droideka, so let's just focus him straight out the gate. Slowing down his turn meter here means he's stunned that much longer. We have the opportunity to just basic here for the kill. We'll do that. Turn meter swap. Steal the speed up. Spread buffs. Okay. Coming up real quick on a kill here on the Magna. Alright, he dies. Now, who's got the... That's what I want. I want to pass that to Jolee because I think his max protection was questionable. 54. Good call. Oh, yeah! Alright. So Bastila, Old Ben, Ezra on the bottom wall there. I'm thinking that's Bossk, Greef, Mando, guys. Because we don't really need to worry about whether or not we get through the protection so long as we can attack the right target. Oh, right. We were talking about Vader against the Night Sisters. Right. That was Veer's Stark Death or Thrawn Vader Watt. I guess Thrawn Vader Watt is definitely the that is more likely than not to get 54 banners. Because we don't have range there with Veers to give us that protection back. So I like that idea. Let's do Thrawn Vader Watt here. Let's just wrap up the walls. I guess we're taking care of this first. So, let's see here. Right, we eliminated the need for that. And what do you guys think of that bounty hunter idea? Because that's really the limit here. Nah, we should be fine. We should be fine. I like our odds. On the off chance that we're wrong, though, I feel like we should do this one first. Bossk, Greef, Mando. Let's do that. Let's go get him. Alright. So we expected this one. We do this blitz here, dispel that. Okay, so as it turns out now, for what we should be going after this guy, which... No, that feels weird, but then again, when he does get his taunt, that means we're that much further off, and honestly, we just need time. We just need time. Okay, still at the lowest though, right? Okay, even if you hit me, okay. This was definitely the right call. Keep going after the tank. I mean, whatever procs, hey, whatever procs your stuff, bro, right? So the threat condition is Ezra. Let's just go ahead and remove him. We can taunt again here. I'm into it. We can blitz this guy. Take down his stuff. He could actually be stunned, but let's just mass onto her. Start working through her protection. And see who we actually need to worry about. That's another 2 hits. I just like more hits as opposed to less. Don't need to do that right now. We definitely want to save that in case we need to top off. Still not there with the need for the top off, because again, we're okay. So let's see. So from here, we can mass him and then assassinate her. And he'll be low on health. But he'll... Yeah, this is the right call. Because now we just control this guy until he dies. He's got days, he's gonna stay dazed. Good luck to him getting turns. Vader Watt 2-man absolution. I'll give that some thought. Oh yeah, that worked out like a charm. Alright, interesting team. 54'd it. So, Vader Watt. So, the Vader makes sense. And we are faster out the gate, right? This is a 233, and I would start unbuffed. Both of them would start unbuffed, so that's 30 speed to her. Plus 290. So, hold on. I should add that up. So 233 plus 15 per 2 people, so plus 30. Plus 30. That's 293. So let's assume I do this. Let's assume I take your advice, Absolution. We do Vader, we do Watt alone. Well, not alone, but you know what I mean. So Vader's just going to get 16 speed off that. So 266 plus 16, 282. So we know that Asajj is getting a turn first. What I'm thinking is that with Shore Trooper, we know that we can finish with everybody at full protection because we can buy the time. But I like the idea of the quick execution, and we do have Watt who does protection over time restore. My worry is that we don't actually get the time for it. Okay, so Absolution, I think you're agreeing with me then that we probably want to stick with the original plan then of Thrawn lead. Thrawn Vader Watt. Yeah, I'd rather take a perfect... I'd rather take a perfect 3 than an imperfect 2. I think that makes sense, right? Or am I just completely off my rocker with that one? What do you guys think? Okay, yeah. Because it feels super safe, right? Because we get to put tank tech onto Thrawn and stuff. It's just, it feels super safe. Alright, let's roll. Attack tech onto Vader. Tank tech onto your boy. Do this just for funsies. So what I want to do is the crush into Thrawn's next turn, I feel like. Oh, never mind. He gets to take a turn instantly, and now people are hilariously dead. So, bonk. 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 Okay. So now she's super dead. Restore protection between, looks like himself and Watt, really. But do we want to just do the turn meter cycle? Yeah, because now we could do another crush. This guy's gonna go, but then I can turn swap to... No, wait a second. Because look, Watt doesn't have full health. So we almost want him to take a turn and do something to somebody, right? Alright, there's some full protection. But now I want Thrawn to go again. No, I said Thrawn go again. Dang it. Okay, so then... Yeah, that's fine. We could actually just do the fracture with Thrawn and that would be enough, but this will do. 54. I'm into it. Super easy control match. So it's 3 54s on the back and a 52. And that's made a 54 by getting that 56 that we got up on the top. So that's real nice. So it's like the back wall went perfectly. That's what we could say. Numbers wise, you know. Oh, God, does that make me happy. Every time I see this, somebody puts home one on defense, man. It's just absolutely shocking. It's shocking to me that people do this. Put home one on defense these days. And if you're a fan of the stream, you already know why. But if you are not a previous fan of the stream, you will soon understand why home one is garbage on defense. We are going to be very disrespectful to this fleet. We go in with Finalizer. Wait, first of all, did I click the right fleet? Okay, that's good. You make that sort of mistake once, and you never make it again. These three, we don't need the other tie. And just him. That's it. That's all we need. Oftentimes, I don't even need the Houndstooth. But he's nice to have. It's alright. Okay, we gotta go after Milf here, straight out the gate. Fortunately, there is no such thing as a Rebel fleet that's faster than what we actually do here. So you get potatoed. Okay, okay. Thank you for your no damage. What's the right move? We want to... You've already done your ability that matters. We already have advantage. Let's just go ahead and do this one. I like 4th here. Forcing you to just do a basic feels intuitively right. You doing a big hit. Alright, now you get reset. Yes, we lose the protection on Kylo. No, I don't think that matters. We can call in Houndstooth. And now it's just super safe. I think if I take First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot to R7, I think I wouldn't even need to bring the Houndstooth, which means I'd have that available for Holdos if I ever needed it. That's a pretty attractive option, yeah? We don't have advantage on 2 out of the 3 of them, so we can go ahead and do that. We use the advantage to apply a bigger, better dot. Tie's at full health. That's a nice place to be. We have advantage. Let's go for the big hit. Call Kylo with the basic from Capital. People just hitting Houndstooth uselessly. Dispel, shut down, call Kylo. And that's that. 65 banners. Just a brutal beatdown. Don't put your home one. Like, in a world where most people are going to have First Order because they have Slacker, because Slacker is probably, arguably, the very best Galactic Legend, most people are going to have Finalizer, guys. Don't do this to yourself. Don't give people a free 65 banner win like this. I mean, it could have been a 66 if I didn't bring in Houndstooth. And clearly, that First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot is in 6E mods, but it's only Relic 5. Maybe it doesn't even need to be Relic 7, because it was pretty healthy there the whole time. Oh wow, did the game crash? Oh, but it crashed after the match, guys. We are chosen of the gods. That is spicy. I like that. That worked out super well. Alright, let's think about this here. What's the last one? It's Negotiator. We're going to do home one against that Negotiator. Let me make a note of that. I think we got him, guys. We just need to not have, like, disastrous outcomes here. Okay, man, that is a... Hold on. 557. That is a dummy thick Negotiator fleet. Well done, sir. I mean, hopefully I cut through you like a hot knife through butter. But aside from that, like, dang, you got some GP sitting on that. All right, let's think this one through. So we have the standard Negotiator opener. So I feel like Biggs gives us the best chance against that. Biston, Han, Cassian, Phantom, Y-Wing, and as always against a Negotiator, we bring in Ebon Hawk. Super valuable, clutch reinforcement. You don't always need it, but when you do need it, it's an easy kill on Anakin, and that's the point. Am I missing anything? No, I think I'm good here. I don't like to go in undermanned against a Negotiator. I don't like to be surprised. You could argue that Phantom 2 is kind of an optional reinforcement. She's kind of a momentum pick. All I can say is she can be good in the right situation. Okay, so experience has shown that I like to wiggle here. I'm going to do the big burst. See what I'm left with. I feel comfortable enough taking the sweep on this one. Okay, we didn't get lucky. Alright, so we forced the unending loyalty. We all knew that was coming. Buff immunity's there. Here's the thing. When he Hold on, guys. Okay. There. Okay. Yeah, you guys got to tell me when the mic's not working. I should also be paying attention to OBS. But yeah, hey, thanks everybody for watching. It's a nice win. It was closer than I would have liked, but you take them how you can get them. So appreciate everybody. I'll have this up on YouTube tomorrow. Have a good night, and we'll see you here in a couple days. Peace.